Did you know your plants can get sunburned just like you? I'm talking crispy leaves, wilting stems, the whole deal. Welcome back to Don't Do This Guide. Today, we're diving deep into the world of plant care, and trust me, this is huge. We're gonna unlock the secrets of sunlight and how to keep those leafy buddies thriving. Get ready to become a plant parent pro because in this video, we're covering everything you need to know, from the different types of sunlight to avoiding common mistakes. Let's do it! Ooh. All right, before we even think about unleashing our plants on the world, or at least near a window, we gotta understand the basics of sunlight. It's not as simple as just sun or no sun. First up, we got direct sunlight, the heavy hitter. This is like the midday summer sun. Intense, powerful, and can turn your skin into a lobster if you're not careful. For plants, this means at least 6 hours of direct, unobstructed rays. Some plants love it, but others not so much. Next, we got indirect sunlight. Think of it like this. You're chilling in the shade, but you can still see the sun, right? It's bright, but not scorching. This is perfect for a lot of houseplants because it gives them that boost of energy without the risk of sunburn. Last but not least, we got filtered sunlight. Imagine sunlight streaming through a sheer curtain. It's soft, diffused, and gentle on your plants. Here's the thing, guys. Not all plants are created equal. Just like we have our favorite foods and drinks, plants have their own preferences when it comes to sunlight. What works for one plant might completely destroy another. Before you even think about watering, fertilizing, or giving your plant a name, do your research. Seriously, look up the specific sunlight requirements for your plant species. A quick Google search or a chat with your local plant shop expert can save you a whole lot of heartache down the line. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to keeping your plants alive and thriving. Okay, imagine this. You're out in the sun all day with no sunscreen. What happens? You guessed it, you get sunburned. Well, the same thing can happen to your plants. So how can you tell if your plant is getting too much sun? The first sign is usually scorched leaves. These will look dry, crispy, and might even have brown or white patches. Another telltale sign is faded colors. If your plant's leaves are looking washed out or less vibrant, it might be getting too much direct sunlight. You might also notice curling leaves. This is the plant's way of protecting itself from the intense heat by reducing its surface area exposed to the sun. And in extreme cases, you might even see wilting. Now, just like too much sun can be a bad thing, not enough sunlight can also spell trouble for your plant babies. One of the most obvious signs that your plant isn't getting enough light is leggy growth. This means the stems are growing long and spindly, reaching for the light. Another sign is yellowing leaves, especially the lower ones. This happens because the plant is breaking down chlorophyll, the pigment that gives plants their green color, in an attempt to conserve energy. You might also notice your plant dropping leaves more frequently. This is the plant's way of getting rid of leaves that aren't getting enough light to photosynthesize properly. And if your plant is flowering, but the flowers are small or don't last very long, it could be a sign that it's not getting enough light. Lastly, keep an eye out for slow or stunted growth. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Just like us, plants are affected by the changing seasons. The amount and intensity of sunlight change throughout the year, and we need to adjust our plant care routines accordingly. In the spring and summer, the days are longer, the sun is higher in the sky, and the light is more intense. This is great news for our sun-loving plants, but we need to be careful not to overdo it. Make sure to monitor your plants closely for signs of sunburn, especially those living their best life in south-facing windows. As we transition into fall and winter, the days get shorter. The sun hangs lower in the sky, and the light becomes less intense. You might need to relocate your sun-worshipping plants to a brighter spot or supplement with some artificial light to keep them happy. We're about to get scientific up in here. If you're serious about giving your plants the perfect amount of light, you gotta know how to measure it. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. One option is to use a light meter. These handy devices measure the intensity of light and can give you a good idea of how much light your plants are actually getting. You can find light meters online or at most garden centers. But let's be real, not everyone has a light meter lying around. No worries, there's an app for that. There are tons of smartphone apps that can measure light intensity. Just download one, hold your phone up to the light source, and bam, instant light reading. It's a good idea to get a baseline reading in different areas of your home, so you know which spots get the most light and which ones might need a little help. Okay, let's talk about those of us who don't have a ton of natural light in our homes. Don't worry, you can still be a plant parent. Artificial light, specifically grow lights, can be a total game changer. Grow lights come in all shapes and sizes, from small desk lamps to large professional setups. The type of grow light you need will depend on the types of plants you have and how much supplemental light they need. Fluorescent lights are a popular and affordable option for providing supplemental light to plants. They're great for seedlings, herbs, and low-light houseplants. For more demanding plants or larger setups, you might want to consider LED grow lights. They're more energy efficient than fluorescent lights and can provide a wider spectrum of light, which is important for plant growth and development. All right, imagine this. You're sitting in a sunny spot, but only one side of your body is getting warm. You'd probably want to turn around at some point, right? Well, plants are the same way. If you leave your plant in the same position for too long, it'll start to grow towards the light source. This can lead to uneven growth, with one side of the plant being lush and full, while the other side is sparse and leggy. To prevent this, make it a habit to rotate your plants regularly. Once a week is a good rule of thumb, but you can adjust the frequency depending on the type of plant and how much light it's getting. Rotating your plants helps them grow evenly, stay balanced, and prevents them from getting lopsided. Plants might not be able to talk, but they're constantly communicating with us through their appearance and behavior. It's like they're sending us little signals, saying, "Hey, I need more water," or "Whoa, too much sun over here." The key to being a successful plant parent is learning to read those signals. Pay attention to any changes in your plant's growth, color, or overall appearance. Are the leaves wilting? Are they turning yellow? Are they dropping more than usual? These are all signs that your plants are trying to tell you something. Don't ignore them. Try to figure out what's causing the issue and adjust your care routine accordingly. The more you pay attention to your plant's individual needs, the better equipped you'll be to keep them happy and thriving. Before you go out and buy every plant that catches your eye, take a step back and assess the lighting conditions in your home. Do you have large, south-facing windows that get tons of direct sunlight? Or is your space a little more, shall we say, light-challenged? Once you have a good understanding of your home's lighting situation, you can start to choose plants that are well-suited to those conditions. If you're lucky enough to have lots of bright, direct light, you can go wild with sun-loving plants like succulents, cacti, and many flowering varieties. For those of us with less intense light, there are still plenty of amazing plant options. Look for low-light tolerant plants like snake plants, ZZ plants, and pothos. I know we just threw a lot of information at you, but here's the good news. Plant care doesn't have to be complicated. Don't overthink it. Start by choosing the right plants for your home's lighting conditions. Pay attention to their signals and adjust your care routine accordingly. It's all about observation and a little bit of intuition. Remember, plants are living things, and just like us, they have basic needs. Give them the right amount of light, water, and nutrients, and they'll reward you with their beauty and positive vibes. Plant parenthood is a journey, and it's all about enjoying the process. Boom! There you have it, guys! Everything you need to know about sunlight and keeping your plants happy. If you found this video helpful, and let's be real, how could you not? Smash that like button and subscribe to Don't Do This Guide for more awesome tips on what not to do. Keep those plants thriving, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.